Greetings of peace, love, serenity, bliss, and all that beautiful, beautiful stuff. Let me just adjust this camera just a little bit, put it down there. There we go. And prayerfully, the lighting was much better this week than it was on last week because I looked a little mellow yellow. I know I'm already like on the yellow side, but so I don't need no help with that. So, welcome to Mindfulness Mondays. What is mindfulness for all those that are newly just tuning in? Mindfulness is having awareness of just about everything. So from what you see, what you hear, what you're touching, it is all the senses being aware at moment by moment, basically, but mostly of your thoughts. What is it that you are projecting from here? From here. So if you have tuned into all of the other videos from last week, and prayerfully most of you guys are catching up. Last week was about power. Yes. So how did you work on your mastery of power last week? So let's just get over it for a moment, as we always do. Power on last week was: I am the master of my destiny. As a master, I am defined as being able to accomplish anything I can think of. I can no longer say I can't. And, wow. I definitely invoked my power on this week and did something that I have not done. It was my first. I did a Zoom event, and so I was so excited, like, yay! So pleased with myself, and it went well. It was a women in business, redefining. Actually, I have my little spreadsheet that I did and everything, redefining your purpose for 2021. And this was actually my first time doing like a whole like flow chart of what I was going to speak about. And again, bringing back to the whole point of this power. Last week, I always be like, well, I can't do this. And I'd be like, I really can't. I never did an event before. Or I can't do a flow chart of what I'm going to say. And I was like, I'm going to invoke my power. I can no longer say I can't. And that's exactly what I did. And I was like, I can, I shall, I will. And I did. And so I created my whole little spreadsheet and all that good stuff. And did the event. And it was so interesting because the sister that was supposed to do the hosting, she had an emergency. So she couldn't do the host. So she was just like, need you guys to take the reins. And it was like, oh, so here I go from saying I'm not really one to throw an event and never did a Zoom and this, that, and other. From that to being like, boom, like instant host. It's like, yeah, I do this show. People are like, well, you do this show. So what's the difference? I don't know. It's all in your mind. Like, that's the thing. It's all mind. And so again, what you speak, shall be. And so long as when you change your mind, you change your life, right? So I changed my mind. And therefore, I changed my life. And it was so fantastic. And again, shout out to Sister Ebony. Shout out to Sister Kara. And shout out to Sister Nadine. And always Mary Ann, who is the Mandala Queen, a.k.a. Also Reiki Master, who was the co-host with me. And for all the other sisters that joined the live, I don't remember everyone's name, but I appreciate your support and your support. So again, invoked my power, and we are the masters of our destiny. And when we really, truly understand that we create everything in our lives, and nothing is just happening, to us. It's happening by us and for us. So we always have to be mindful of that as well. So when you are creating, you got to be mindful of that. So appreciative of that. So hopefully you guys invoked your power to be powerful. Yes. And then we had the power to adjust, right? Adjust. when we say adjusting was just making little tiny movements, restructuring, or again, redefining, just making little tiny, tweaks to something that you're doing or you want to do, or even in your mind. So it was, I see into being. I see into being is what I like to say, not just seeing, because these are your projectors, these are your projectors coming from here. But when you see, that's when you're lifting up the veil is gone, and you can really just see into everything. So I see into being. I protect the dignity of others as I would protect my own. The power to adjust renews my life and upgrades my vision of the world. And so we talked about that last week, that I am you and you are me and we are we. That's my saying that I have on my Facebook page, because it's true. We're all one. And I always say, like, there are some soulless ones, out there that I do not connect with in any type of way. But we all do come from one thought, one unity, and, our creators in our own right. So when you see or you come into contact with those that are being not treated well, or disrespected or made fun of or bullied, or even if they are doing something in which you feel like they are not respecting, themselves, it's about you protect them. Come to their aid, step in, because you never know when that could be you. Reciprocity is real. It really is. So, what you put out comes back, and so on and so forth. So you just always have to be mindful of that. People walk around like, that's none of my business, so I'm not getting involved. Okay. Remember, there's always tests. There's always little tests out there that the universe will throw at you to see how you're going to respond. And again, you just never know when it's your time to be on the other side of that coin. So we must always be mindful of that. It can always be you. It can always be you. We're all like a moment away, a thought away, a test away from being in that very, very situation that we always say we will never. I learned that a long time ago, that never say never. Because, the universe will throw that monkey wrench right on in there, and they still be like, oh, never? Oh, okay. You want to make fun of this person? You want to talk bad about that person? You want to judge that situation? All right, well, let's see how this works. You go stir in the pot, right? And then here it comes, raining down upon you, that very situation. So, we always have to be mindful of that. But today, we are going to talk about peace, which was actually the first bullet point on the Zoom event that I did about redefining, your purpose. Oh, let me turn that off. Actually, we don't want any dingings throughout the session, so let's turn that off. Bam. So and let me pull up the chat while I'm at it, so we can all be on the same page. Right? There we go. So, I'm like, actually, okay. So the live chat should come through. All right. So, greetings, EJ, peace, blissful, truthful enlightenment to us all. Yes. That was fantastic. Love that. Sending that energy right back. But peace was the first on the ticket on the Zoom event that I did about redefining your purpose. And, I broke down, like, what is the purpose? What is our purpose here? And, I asked the ladies, and, some of them were like, well, my purpose is to find my purpose. My purpose is to, create, and my purpose is to do this, that, and the other. And everyone had like things that they were to do. And then I said to them, well, guess what? Our purpose really is to just be and to live and to be free. And so it's first understanding like who you are, right? Who are you really? Who are you? You know, beyond, you know, the many, many masks that all of us all wear. It's like, you know, how do you show up? Are you showing up as being your most authentic self, or do you have on 10,000 different masks, right? So you got to first get there, you know, in order to get to really like your purpose, you got to figure out who you are. But after that, actually, I should do a whole, I think I'll do a whole, like, you know, session on that, like about just purpose. But after that, the first step is, you know, peace. And how do we, you know, define peace? And I actually created, you know, my own little acronym, which I was quite excited about myself in my what? Handy dandy journals. Are you guys still writing in your journals? Because remember, like, journaling is important. You have to write down your thoughts. This is how you get to create as well, you know, to visualize what it is that you really want in this life. You got to write it down, write your affirmations, affirm, affirm, affirm. Be grateful, write your, you know, what you're grateful for every single day. I had one sister in the group that said that, you know, her and her husband have a calendar, and they write on the calendar every day of what they are grateful for. And I was like, that's excellent, especially when couples are working together. You can be like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Bring it together. The real peace sign. The real sign of peace. Not this. Not this. Most people don't even understand the origin of this here. You know, people are like, no, it's for victory. It's for victory. It's like, no, but it goes much deeper than that. Back to, you know, the French war when, you know, they declared they was going to cut off the index and the middle fingers. You know, those that they, you know, defeated. So this means so much more than this, but this to me, together. You know, why we want to be separate? You know, we want to be together. So it's like you give up the peace sign, peace. But I broke down peace as being purposely evoking and allowing calm every day. Yes. I'm gonna say that again. Peace is purposely evoking and allowing calm every day. Yes. So the next time you walk around and be like, I had peace, or I am peace, or there is peace. It's like you gotta purposely walk in that each and every day in peace. You know, and how do we define peace? Peace is defined as freedom from disturbance, tranquility, or a state or period in which there is no war. No disturbances, no disturbance of your tranquility, right? Your tranquility, or a state or period in which there is no war. And where is the war usually? The war is usually within. That's where most of us are warring. Within, up in here, with the mind. We fighting nail and tooth with the mind. It is a knockout fight each and every day, right? With those thoughts. But you can't be at war with yourself. When you're at war, that means you're not being present. That's really what it boils down to. You're not being present. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. I'm like, yes, it's the gays. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. I have to lean in. I don't know why. You know, I'm like, I have to figure out how to get this thing like closer so I can really like engage with you guys and see what's going on. But yeah, most of the war comes from within. And we're warring because, again, we're not staying present. And what does it mean to be present? Means to be in reality. You know, and reality is what is really happening at the moment. You know, I always tell people that present is a gift, right? But it can't be a gift when you're bringing all the like past crap in it, and then you're looking at future, like stuff that hasn't happened. The present is about that moment. We're supposed to be focused on what is happening right now. What is it that we can enjoy right now? Right? Not about, oh my gosh, you know, I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have went there. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. What's coming up? Yes, plan. People are like, well, how are you supposed to, you know, go through life without planning? Right. You make your plan and you do the actions for that. And you stick with it, and that's that. But you don't think about either, you know, a negative outcome or what if this and what if that and what if. You're supposed to know that you know that you know that you know that you know that the outcome is going to be exactly what you desire it to be. And I don't know if you guys remember the whole session we did on desire. What? Desire is the energy of creation. Okay? All of these things that we see came from a desire. Okay? A desire, a really strong desire. And when you strongly desire something, you can create it just like that. So that's where that intention, comes from. It comes from that desire. It is the creative force, right? So again, if you make a plan, and just like this, like I made my plan of what I was going to say, and boom, I just went forward with it. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about, well, should I really say this? Should I really go there? Should I really do this? No. I just knew that it was going to flow because I put like my little meditation in there and called it a day and left it just like that, and it's something that you have to continue to practice. You continue to practice and you keep working at it. I tell people a master teacher, because someone's like, oh, you're a master teacher. I said, listen, let me tell you something. A master teacher is a master student. We are constantly learning. It is a constant learning here. If you're still on this side of the water, as I always say, or this side of the realm, that means you're still learning. Okay, so it never cuts off. This is daily practice, daily being, daily just being. So again, when we are in the present, there is no warring of the minds. There is no warring of the minds because you are just always here. You're so excited about what is happening and what you're seeing right now. Okay. What you're smelling right now, what you're hearing right now, right? What you're feeling right now, what you can touch right now at that moment, what's happening at that moment. That's how we miss so much of our blissfulness. We miss so much of our blissfulness. Yes, indeed. Purchased a new one for my, what does it say, for my dream? Oh, yes, for your dream log, magic numbers, intensity. Yes, DJ. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So peace and blessings, sister. Peace and blessings, see? But yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta write these things down. Visualization is key. It really is. Getting those thoughts out. Even again, those negative thoughts, things of the past. Write it down. And when you're writing it, you say that I'm writing this so that it can be ended. It is already done. It's in the book of the past. And even if you want to, you crumble it up or you fold it away from you, especially when you're doing things that you want to get rid of. You fold that paper away from you and you can burn it, because that's what I did. I burned it and then I blew it all out the window and I allowed it to be carried away. I saw the embers going away. I said, this is now gone away from me. It has been taken by the source. Okay. It has to never return to me again. And that's it. And I watched it all float away. And that's what you have to do, because I got to a point, and this is how, again, all this is about is how to get others to see, the same. It's like how this helps you along your journey is really understanding that we are in this together, that we are in this together. I am with you guys on that daily practice, on these daily walks, on this dying and killing of, the ego every single day. Every single day. I don't want to say that it's work. It's not work. It's work when you resist. That's when it becomes a struggle. That's when it becomes work. That's when it becomes, oh my gosh, it's so hard, because you're resisting, because the ego is saying, nah, you can't. The ego is going to struggle with you to the end. It is going to fight nail and tooth, because it's like, no. I will not relinquish control. I will not. I've been controlling you all this time. I want to keep bringing up those past hurts and pains and traumas and all that stuff. I want to keep getting you in the past. I want you to stay, oh my gosh, worried and having anxiety about the future. That's what it's designed to do. It's doing its job. So you can't even be mad at that, because your job, purpose, Your purpose, okay, is to remember who you are and to stay present. That nothing is outside of you. Nothing is outside of you. All of everything is within. And as I sit here and, people say like, why do you always smile? You're saying things that's like, so like that's deep or real serious, is because as I'm speaking, these words are coming back to me. And it's like, yeah, my soul is like, yes, 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 yes. It's like, it's confirming. So my soul is smiling, my spirit is like, yeah, because this is what I'm learning all along this journey. Now, daily, every time I have a thought about what could be, I look around. And I start appreciating and really being present with what is occurring right now in that reality. We miss, I talked about that in the event, that we miss so much beauty. We miss so much bliss. We miss so much of happiness and joy because we're too busy either here or there. We sit around and we have all this family, around us. Some of you have children or loved ones, or it could be auntie, it could be mama, grandma live with you. And, it can be difficult. Sometimes, we feel like when we're having, extended family members that live with us, or some of us that even have loved ones that are ill, but let me tell you something. Let the moment come where they are no longer here, where they transcend. You will miss those times when they got supposedly on your nerves, where the kids is running all around like, you'll miss that. When my mother became ill with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, I had 3 months with her. 3 months. She was diagnosed in October and she transcended February 16th of 2013. And when I tell you that I cherished every moment, and we sat and we talked every single night, and it brings tears of joy, to my eyes. Even, right now, I always get, emotional with, it was one day that my mother, everyone that, was on chemo, a lot of people understand this, you have accidents all the time, on yourself, because sometimes, you either, are throwing up or you have diarrhea, things like that. So my mother could not make it, to the bathroom, and she had just made it like to the door, and, she went, went to the bathroom, like all on the floor, and then she was throwing up, at the same exact time. And she sat there in the bathroom and she was just so upset, and she kept saying like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you having to go through this and you having to do, and that's how, because I was cleaning everything up. And I said to her, I would clean up behind you 10,000 times if I had to, because I am just grateful that you are still here with me in this physical, realm. So it brought so much joy to my soul, and I was so joyous. I really was joyous in that moment. And most people were like, "Oh my God, this is so, I have to do this," because it wasn't like the first, well, that was the first time that I had to do it, but it was, a few times after that. But that I had to clean up behind. And I said, "You've cleaned up behind me my whole entire life," And I said to her that that this is nothing. This is nothing if only reciprocity for what you have done for me, And so what my point is, and what you all can take away from this, is that to enjoy all those moments, even in the ones where you may seem frustrated, where things may be upsetting, because there could be a time where there is no feeling, and there could be a time where you cannot touch, where you cannot see, where you cannot taste, where you cannot hear. You go to anyone right now who had the capability of having the senses, and now one of them has been taken away. And you ask them how they would feel now if they was to hear something that they didn't want to hear, or if they had to see something that they didn't want to see, or if they had to smell something that they didn't want to smell. Would they do it now? And I guarantee you they would all say yes. So that's the conversations that I have with myself, when I am when I am having, a war, within. That's the conversations that I have. Because I'm like, how dare you have this moment of pity or frustration or anger or whatever that, the lower vibrational, energies that you may evoke. Because there is someone out here that wish that they can have any of what you're having and be glad, to have it. So, that's just something that I really wanted to, that came from my spirit. Didn't want to get to completely break down, but my mother is always, a very heart feeling moments, to think of. I know that she is still here with me, and I talk to her, daily, and she often comes and visits, in my dreams and things. But that one moment really, forever changed me. And it, when you have to see someone that you love, slowly deteriorate before your very, very eyes. And that person is your first teacher, the love of your life, your first and true love, or anyone that that you love. It really makes you, it changes things. And that's what, and she actually, my mother's transitioning actually started, my journey. I'm sorry, what is, oh, yes, you guys, you're so welcome. No, thank you. Actually, and I say I am grateful. I am grateful for me to understand how sharing and being vulnerable is so beautiful. Because many beings that know me, like I never was that type of being before to even, to she openly share. But again, that's my peace. That's a part of my peace. So, but getting back to the war, and being present. So that's the beauty of being, present. It really is. And I want you all to walk away, from all of these videos, and especially, this one about being present, to really appreciate really appreciate when this is over, and our time together in this session is over today. I really want you, soon as you hit that button, to really be mindful about being present, and really take in the pleasures of all that you have been gifted, these beautiful senses that we have been gifted. Take it in. Don't take it for granted. Don't take them for granted, because we do. Daily we do. We're always in a rush. You rush. And you never take the time to just inhale and take in the beauty of breath. Taking the beauty of breath, taking the beauty of sight, taking the beauty of to smell, taking the beauty to hear. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm like, where was I on the flow chart? And so I broke down also about, because they asked me well, what's a method on how to, get to the peace besides, being present. And, through my sessions, and a few of you have actually, taken my G.Y.M.R session, which is Get Your Mind Right. So, again, you guys can sign up, through my website. If you're feeling like you're ready to have the raw method, and that's what it's about, raw, keeping it raw. And what is raw? How do I break down raw? R, really releasing and letting go of what no longer serves you in people, places, things, and thoughts. You have to really be ready to let go of everything. Everything. Again, I shared with you all that I've been in isolation for the last 8 months, except for going out for a birthday here and a birthday there. I've been in this sacred space getting my mind right. Like I said, it's a continuous, it's continuous, and releasing people and places and things that no longer serve me, and like I tell people, I don't care who it is, as far as, it could be, any of the ones you consider that you love. But I tell people, you're only two things in a person's life in this duplicitous realm that we live in. You're either a help or a hindrance, or it's either a help or a hindrance. And you have to figure out whether what those people, persons, places, or things, whether they're either one or the other. One or the other. That's it. There's no gray area with that. So if it's not helping you, it's hindering. If he or she's not helping you, they hindering. If that place ain't helping you, it's hindering you. And you got to let it go. Get the good old scissors out. Some of y'all need some shears. I know I needed some shears, okay? I had it like hedges and stuff. I had to woo. I'm down to like the bare minimum up in here. I don't even go outside the shop. I get everything ordered to me, even my food. Because I had to get real. And I had to get to the place and be like, what is going on? I need some peace. I was in pieces. But you have to say, no more. I am so ready to cut fat, as they say. Cut fat. So you got to be ready to release all the things that are no longer serving you. Period. As the kids say, period, poo, right? Period. And then the A, accepting responsibility for what you are creating on this journey. Accepting the experiences that you have drawn into your life. Accepting and holding yourself accountable for your own responsibility in your mess. Because that's the part that really people don't. They're like, no, it ain't me. It ain't me. It's it. They. We talked about this before. It's like, no, it's you. You are the creator of your reality. A lot of us don't want to get to the place where we understand that we chose all of this, because in order to become who we're going to become, we all have to have different individual experiences, and we all have individual journeys, right? Yeah, not one person is the same. We all have the same purpose, which is to take away the veil, to become one, to align. We all have that same purpose, but how we arrive there is different. And the things that we are to do and our gifts and talents that we have in order to fulfill the purposes within the community, the collective, you know what I'm saying, is different. So we have to have different experiences in order to do so. But then after certain stages, once we have gone past the hypnagogic stage, from 0 to 7, and we really understand that we are responsible for our thoughts. After that, it's all on you. It's all on you, So we have to be responsible. A lot of us on the hamster wheel, like I said, keep saying, why? We keep looking at everything outside ourselves. Why? Because you're creating it. You're attracting it. Law of attraction is just that. You either attract who you are, what you are, or what it is, the things that you need in order to change, in order to transmute, in order to transform. So, yeah. Law of correspondence. What you put out is what's coming down on back. It's a response to what you put out. It's really just that simple. Really just that simple. So that's A. And then W is walking in your authenticity. Being your most authentic selves. Again, we're going back to the mask. I had so many. Trust me. I was like, who are you? Because you show up to be so many beings. And I still, have the capability of that flow. But it's like now I know like my base, the base of who I am. And it's just like we all have, like aspects, but it's like, are you broken is the question. I'm like, shout out to one of my brethren who is like a mentor to me, Heal and Reveal. Heal and Reveal. Love that brother. But I've had to oftentimes call him up and be like, I don't know. And he'd be like, well, let me give it to you, raw. And I'd be like, yep, I'm ready. I'm ready. Because we got to be ready. So it's like, he's like, you got pieces going on. Oh, it's all you. Ain't nothing outside of you. It's you. Everything is you. Everything is a reflection of you. So if you don't like the yous that you see, that means you're not being present. That means you are projecting. Your thoughts is creating everything that's around. So, but when you become who you are and you make no apologies. Matter of fact, quick story. I was on TikTok last night, and there was this sister who, when I tell you that I was like, yes, yes, and yes. She was like, she said, a lot of y'all is wondering how I got to make it. She's like, she has like no teeth, she has like tattoos all over her face. And, she don't have weave. What most people would consider she's not a pretty woman. And, she got hair missing on the side. She said, a lot of y'all think, why I got a man? She's like, because most of y'all don't even know who you are. And you walking around here with your mask on and this, that, and the other, thinking that you so pretty, that you pretty because you pretty. Yeah, that's all you need. She's like, you have no substance. I said, well, snaps to this sister. Huh. And that's what it's all about. When you are your most authentic self, you will finally draw onto you exactly all that you desire. But if you don't know who you are, you're confusing the universe. You're confusing God. You're confusing all the aspects of what you're trying to draw something from. Because they like, well, we don't know what to give you. Because 1 minute you're this, 1 minute you're here, 1 minute you're there. Who are you? When you figure out who you are, then you can draw into you all that you desire. So we got to walk in your most authentic self. But you got to figure out who you are. So there you go. R, release. A, accept. W, get to walking. No more talking. Get to walking. Simple, right? They're like, yeah, not so simple, but it is. But it is. So that's how you get to the peace. That's how you get to the peace. Stay present. Stay present always. Affirm what it is that you desire. Set your intentions. Put your actions behind the intentions. And don't bring none of this up. And don't be too out there. You gotta be, because you're missing the being. So again, when those kids is running, maybe you should run with them. When they making noise and acting crazy, get out there and run and act crazy with them, because guess what? They the ones living. These little beings, they the ones really living. They free. Because why? They live in the present. We as children, we live in the present constantly. What do you see? They running, they touching, they looking. They excited about everything. And that's how we're supposed to live our lives. You're supposed to be excited about everything at all times. Babies, everything they grab, they go straight to the mouth. That's how important taste is. Did you guys ever think about that? Like, really think about that. That's how important taste is. Babies, Let me taste it. It's like we gotta have that excitement. When they say seeing things through childlike eyes. So next time them kids is running and screaming and hollering, put your book down, put your work down, put whatever it is you think is so important, put it down and run with them. scream, yell, holler, go flip, do some somersaults and everything else. Go play with them. Go be a play for a moment and remember how joyous that feeling is. You will see how much peace when you really release and really be open to it. You know, not like, okay, I'm gonna go play. No, but really open yourself up to the play. And you be like, oh, I did have fun. I used to love doing that with my daughter, you know? I have more fun with her dressing up the Barbies and stuff. She'd be like, do you mind if I like have an outfit or two so I can put something on? I'd be like, oh, okay. You know, but yeah, go out there, fun. Go outside. Like I said, smell the flowers. You know, go smell something. Go look around and see the beauty. Go taste something delicious. Healthy though. Healthy and delicious. Ah, woo. That inspired me, I tell you. You guys don't know. Like I said, as I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to me too. And that's what it's about. You know, that's what it's about. It's the sharing, and understanding again that we are all in this thing together. And it's a collective. So let's get into it. What is the self-mastery tool that we shall master, or we are mastering, or we have mastered for this week? Where's that melody coming from? I can't even think. I don't even know. All right, let's see. Pop a cup. I didn't even tell them to pop a card yet. They're already throwing stuff down at us. Ooh, we got 2 it fell. Now let's see. Ooh. Courage. And that's what it reads. That's what it says. As a master, my courage comes from my clarity of purpose. Again, don't you love it when they line up? Don't you love the synchronicity? What are we talking about? What I first say? Purpose. What is your purpose? What is the clarity of purpose? What is the purpose? To be. That is the purpose. And everything that comes out of their being is beautiful. But you got to be first. That's purpose. So when you have, comes from my clarity of purpose and the sure knowledge that I am exactly, listen to this, that I am exactly the right person in exactly the right place at exactly the right time to get the job done. Ooh! Did y'all write that down? Are you writing that down? Write this down. I'm going to read it again. Courage. As a master, my courage comes from my clarity of purpose and the sure knowledge that I am exactly the right person in exactly the right place and at the right time to get the job done. I feel like I'm like throwing the card. You know how they throw stuff. This is like, oh, drop the mic. And I want to drop my mic. Like I just got that thing, so I'll drop that. But I have to drop the mic on that. What? You are exactly the right person at exactly the right time and exactly the right place. Like, which is the time is now, the place is here, and it's you. It's you. So get the job done because you already clear about your purpose is to be. Be your most authentic self, right? Be honest with you, okay? Be all of you, which is what? This you. The nothing. Because the nothing, the zero holds what? Everything, okay? It's the circle of life, and it moves the soul, right? The circle. You are nothing. You are the zero, meaning the zero holds everything within it. Yes? The nameless one, the faceless one. I am not my body. I am not my mind. Because those are just small things in the greatness of who you are. So you are exactly the right person in exactly the right place and exactly the right time to get the job done. So you guys gonna get the job done? You gonna get the job done? You know who you are? You know your purpose? Get out there and be. Be all that you can be, right? Be all that you can be. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do. That is the power. That is the power. Ooh, but we're going to find out now what is the power. We've had, I forgot we had two, right? Appreciation was the other one that popped out. Appreciation. And it reads, as a master, I recognize the value. I recognize the value of all my gifts and know I always have the right people around me. You know, we talk about the gifts, right? We talked about the gifts, okay? And I talked about the gifts in the Zoom meeting. I'm like, a lot of us don't appreciate our gifts because some of us look at our gifts as small. If you have them for a reason. So use them. Use them all. Figure out how to combine them all. That was like, myself. This was like, gosh, I was gifted this and I was gifted this and I was gifted this. How do I put all these things together? And I'm still figuring out how to put them all but like two of them I'm already, it's already coming together. It's already coming together. But again, it's like you have to recognize the value. You are of value. All of you is value. And don't ever let anybody devalue or lessen, your value. Don't let anyone tell you who you are, unless it's insightful and you know that this person has some type of spirit of discernment, to really see, But, if you're trying to, get advice from someone that is still, trying to work on this, the same thing, or they may not have your best interest, shall I say, at heart, then it's like, no. But other than that, don't let nobody devalue you. You are always of value. So know the value of your gifts and know you always have the right people around you. Because when you project that and you speak that, again, law of attraction, law of correspondence, you're going to draw that to you. Because when you understand that it is all you, again, it's all you, and nothing's going to waver, from that. The moment, though, that you put your thought or the ego into it about what can't be, or what shouldn't be, or what may not be, that's when we mess up. We mess up there. So don't do it. Don't do it. Have that courage and appreciation. Courage and appreciation in the circle. Ooh, look at that, in the circle. I think I'm almost making a really good circle, right? Ooh, look at that, look at that. Ooh. Couldn't draw a circle in school, though, save my life, but got me a circle now. All right, let's look at the power. Power. I got the power. Whoa, 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 whoa. I got the power. All right, here we go. Power. What is the power for this week? How are we going to empower ourselves, evoke the power on this week? Whoa. We got about 10 cards that fell out. I don't even know. Let's see. I think we may have to do this again. Too many cards fell out. So I don't know how to discern that. All right. Come on. Maybe they're telling us we got to listen. How about that was the power to do everything? That's what they're trying to tell us. So here we go. We got the power to decide. We got the power to decide. Hey, it's all about choice. It's all about decisions. Making that statement to say this is what exactly it's going to be, and I'm not going to be shaken, right, from any of that. This is it. Decide. Success is at my fingertips when I master this power. I become sensible. I learn the art of balance. I acquire authority made gentle by humility. I realize that all power aims at this. Yes. Success is at your fingertips when you master the power to decide. When you say, today is the day and forevermore, you grab that power like, I'm deciding. I made my mind up. Okay? And my heart is already in it. My heart is in it. That's it. That's it. Right? I've decided. You become sensible, it says. You learn the art of balance. You do. I decide to be present. In that presence, there's balance. In that presence, there's balance. I acquire authority made gentle by humility. Yeah. Being just humble. Allowing things to just be. You know? Allowing things to be. No matter what it is, you allow it to be. Good and different. Bad, cool, evil, whatever it is. Allow it to be. Allow it to be. You realize all power aims at this. Ooh. I think it's time for an inhale, exhale moment, don't you guys think? Because we want to inhale this presence. And when you inhale, I want you to inhale everything that you are experiencing at that moment, at this moment. You know, inhale everything, whether it's the light that you see, the good feeling that you're feeling on the inside right now, whatever it is, that is great. Inhale that. Are we ready? On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale deep. And exhale all the rest. And sit in that. Sit in that. Doesn't it feel good? Don't you feel like everything in your body relaxing and just letting it go when you're being present? No thoughts. Just experiencing the reality of all that is there. It has been fantastic, as always. Soul Tribe, Mindfulness Warriors, my present beings. It has been fantastical. I'm grateful for all of you, again, that continue to tune in and that support those that share the content. I am grateful. We are doing this together. Understand that you guys are part, of the change. You guys are part of this collective that's going to help everyone else to come along. All your likes and your sharing does just that. Like, you have to understand that, what they say, no man is an island. It's the truth. It's the truth. C2C to everyone out there, just love. Just love. So be in your power, okay? Appreciate courage. It's all you. Be present. Be present. Be love. Be in your balance continuously. And again, if you are in need and you say it is time, I need to get my mind right, sister, sign up for a session over on my website, sumersoulstice.com. I love you guys. Did I forget anything? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, the end quote always. And remember, where there is love, there is no fear. Where there is fear, there can be no love. So always stay in the presence of love, because that is who you are. Love you guys. Till next time. Peace and blessings.